Previously on Saving Throw. Alright then. Then officially, from me to you, welcome to the Imperial Guild of Adventuring and Heroics.
Woo! Let's go!
Put me in, coach.
I have to ask you both to do something for me. I need you both to protect the dream. The cult of the broken sky. Basically, they were / are worshippers of the Sky Eater, the big sky god.
There's always someone who's got to worship the big bad.
Help us mend our broken sky. Help us mend our broken empire. Speaker, you have a rat problem. Outside of the windows, Rontmar.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Jesus.
May I introduce the Shatterers to all of you in attendance?
Oh, motherfuckers.
He's dead, and I can't bring him back.
And now we head off on a new quest in Saving Throw at the edge of the world.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Saving Throw, the most popular D&D actual play podcast in outer Slovenia. I'm Chris, I will be a Dungeon Master. In the interest of time, I will turn Saving Throw into a religion for tax purposes.
Oh, please.
I'm joined by our party, which includes Jason, playing Chiron Hemlock.
I guess I'm making my saving throw a religion because I can't do my bit anymore.
Yeah, God, the fucked
over, Chris.
Wow,
Yeah,
what a dick move, Chris.
That's so rude.
Yeah, I'm turning against
Honestly, meanest thing I've ever seen Chris do.
Yeah.
That's really
It'll
rude.
go back to normal next time.
And he's hosted several Chaos Jeopardy.
Well, actually, fuck. The order's fucked up now because we.
Got him! Get him!
No, because we're in a different layout, so you're not next to David anymore. So we'll go to Prij playing Ashbar Imnerant's next.
Hi.
Elise as Win the Turtle, who's in the center no matter what.
How's it going?
Zach playing Alistair Noble Drifter.
That was it. I was playing a chord.
And David as Jun Many Shields.
I worship at this tabletop.
You didn't fucking. I thought he was gonna do everyone else's bit thing like Jason did. Did you know most viewers skip intros? So me trying to change this up to keep it fresh every time is a tremendous waste of my own time, everyone's time. You can watch the show recorded live on our Twitch at twitch.tv/SavingTheTeam, or catch the edited version on our YouTube channel or podcast platforms. If you want to support us, the absolute best way is on our Patreon, which gets you access to all kinds of stuff across all of our shows, including being an NPC in this very show. And you can be included in this Patreon song.
Thank 'em, gotta thank 'em all. Gotta thank 'em all, our Patreons. Burger Bun, Mr. Cola Bun, Andy Cosmo, Cuddy, Paul, Lucha, and Sofino. HSN, Ernless, Marks the Jester, Yane Love, Logan 01, Jack Warner. Witch Tower, Kevin, Asian, and Selfaria, Arky, Forensic, Beck, Nicole, Smart Alec, Mystic, Woody. Leprechaun, Jacob L, Crimson, Chrissy, Shabber, Steam Rider, Shadow Davi, Soul Messers, BBC, What, and Sherlock's, Mr. Mocha, Sailor, Tommy, Borshock, Fifi, Annabelle, Ghost, Fluff, Duff, Dog, Trim, Ari, Jacob, Garcia, Mega Zero, and Boomer, Emily. Plethora of penguins and who needs to sleep, Alea, Yakta, Est, Ever, Entropy, JFJ, Quill, and Maho stars, The Driver, 458, Tasty Marbar. Jack Warner, Razrat, Crest, Dog with a Beat, Chosen, Dan, Mickey, Anna, Major, Food Night, and JC, Boxington. Dessert Boy Man, Elijah Sly, Rick Rat, Katja, Traveling in a Box, and Snowcat, Conjuring, Scribes, Croissant, Fulfilla, Written Word, Wraith, Mercury, Sibylla. Thank 'em, gotta thank 'em all. Gotta thank 'em all, our Patreons.
Let's get into it. Let's play some Dungeons and Dragons. And it's time for a little thing that I didn't feel appropriate to do for the last few sessions, but we're back with more questions about our party members.
Oh.
This segment is called
Who are they?
Sure We Party. This time we're talking about travel, not time travel, just the regular one. So we're on the right map. Perfect. So obviously, during this, your time, your job as heroes, you guys have traveled quite a bit. It's kind of the whole deal. But traveling for work and traveling for fun are different things. So, for both our cast members and the listeners, Zach has the map up. Let's briefly talk about where everyone's from and where they've traveled to across their lives.
Okay.
And we'll start with the left of the screen. So, David.
Hello.
Where's Junver from? Where Junver been?
I'm from Grey Taunt, which is in the frozen wastes in the south of the last city that we visited.
Nope.
Outside of Rotmar.
No. So Grey Taunt is in Kofal.
Oh, I thought it was in Tusla.
It's similarly cold locations, but different continent. Or
Trevor,
different
you've been lying to us
island.
this entire time, man?
Wait, what does this mean? You're not even a giant?
Wait a minute. This guy might not even be a fucking storm giant.
Hey,
Does this guy even have shields?
How many? Count them.
He doesn't
Okay,
look like you.
that one you don't get away with. All right.
Count the shields. I want to know if there's many or not.
There's only 2. It's not that many.
What the fuck?
But yeah, I'm from Grey Taunt. It's in the south. It's cold. It's a mountain. There's a lot of storm giants there. We've been through that stuff, but it's cold wasteland.
It is the giant capital. It's where all the giants be at.
What was the other half of the question? Where am I from?
Where have you been? So obviously, across what we've played, we've been to Azurval, to Slaya, Stay, which you can't see on the map currently, and then on the far east dot of the Zonan Principality, which is Bright Harbor.
That doesn't.
Where else have you been, though? It doesn't help. No.
Not a whole lot of other places. Storm giants, by part of being very large and noticeable, don't travel a lot. People tend to not like giants.
Why?
As a cultural thing, it's pretty rare to see giants outside of the Kofal region. And there are different castes of giants. This is the usual stuff. You have your river giants, your fucking mountain giants, storm giants. You get it. You've played D&D before. And most of them tend to live all around Kofal. You will see them, like, some venture on beyond that, but it's quite rare.
Yeah, so like outside of Kofal, not really anywhere else other than the capital and pretty much everything that I would have traveled to get to the capital from Kofal.
Yeah. Which, I mean,
I
honestly,
didn't teleport when I came
you
here. I
could
fucking
hop
walked.
a boat all the way
Yeah.
there and just like sort of like island top.
Yeah. But that Junver has not traveled much outside work.
Rich boy, Alistair Nobledrifter.
I mean, born in the capital and lived a pretty nice life. I would definitely say Alistair's traveled. I haven't. I don't know the people or so much to be like, oh yeah, I've been to
Make it up.
Guval. I don't know what the fuck Guval is, Chris. Would I have been to Guval?
Oh, well, yeah, sure.
Okay. I've been to Guval a couple times. Partied there.
Give us the lore Bible, Chris.
You probably
Write a novel, Chris.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think Alistair's like main interest obviously is in exploring, but he is listening to College of Lore Bard, and I kind of love this side of him. It's like nerdy and gives a shit about history. So this part of the many reasons why he's enjoying this so much is getting to see the world that he's read about so many times.
Aw.
For that, I would say, like, yeah, the major cities that you would travel to, basically the cities that lived all the way through, like, before the war to now, would be the capital of Goval, which I don't have the name in front of me. Atalmar, which is the capital of Vega, which is for Sahil, who we met last time, is from. You would not have gone to Grey Taunt. That's way too far the fuck out of the way. And then one of the other dots on the map for Azurval is Warmbray, which is the town that Alistair's father / the Crest Breezes have dominion over.
Cool. And it goes without saying, any place that he has been to, he has only seen the like inside of a guarded wall, the nice wealthy places. He was kept on a short leash before his time in the guild.
Elise, where's Win? Win's probably the most traveled out of everyone. But
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Where's Win from originally?
Win was born on the ship, but
On a construction site.
Headquarters, if we had a home base, I think was that city in the north of Chandia.
Oh, not the topmost one.
Yeah.
What is that called? Kin something, because all the ones are kin over there. Kin something. Don't worry about it.
Kin edit and post.
But she's been like pretty much all the major port cities. Mostly knows the ones around this like inner sea. I don't know if you have a name for this inner sea, but
so inner sea is like from Shandia to Sander. That's just the Destinian Sea.
Destinian Sea.
The South Sea is just called the Southern Sea, and then anything farther to the west would be the Ekron Sea, and then everything far to the east does not have a name.
Okay, yeah. So mostly in this inner sea, the Destinian Sea, but have been to Goval like maybe twice, and I think that was my first time in Tupslaya, the last arc.
Yeah, it's not, it's cold. It's not necessarily the most saleable place in the world, especially considering we're on the southern hemisphere, so a lot of ice.
Yeah, but I haven't been inland very much, so that's kind of where I wanna go. See the more inland places. See some like parts of Vega, parts of Kofal, the mountains.
Prij, where's Ash from/been?
Ash is from the small town of Ivali, which is close. It's in the Zolnan Principality. It's somewhat close to Azraval, but obviously still in the Zolnan Principality. It's a pretty podunk nothing town, so it certainly doesn't have a dot on the map. And really, the only traveling he really did was into the capital when he interned with his uncle doing magic crystal research. Before that, he just stuck around home, helped his mom with the family store, and lived a very boring but peaceful life with his family. So honestly, not much of a traveler until all this.
Chiron.
Chiron probably would have been, I'm gonna say he was built probably somewhere, just a small village in Povan Coast or Zalanan Principality.
So are you just saying he was built there?
Yeah, maybe.
Did he mean to? Find out in like 25 episodes, idiot.
What?
Yeah, it's where Chiron built all his muscles.
Yep. Maybe I use built. Maybe we don't. Who knows?
Maybe it's
but was around that area where he was first spawned, we'll say, and then young age.
Is he a fish?
Young age moved and I don't want to say shipped, but like was in the capital, and then eventually grew up in the capital very, very young to a noble family, and then something happened, and then now he's just around the capital as a young adult, we'll say. Ever since that incident, we'll say. Somewhere in the capital, so he's been around there since then. Not much traveling besides just that, like, that paragraph, or not that paragraph, that continent right there.
Chiron noted that he grew up with at least some sponsorship from a noble family. Chris checks another thing off his list of fuck yeah, things are working out for the Chiron backstory. That Jason and I have not, like, I haven't told him what I'm working on, or he doesn't know what he's working on, but like they keep coming together.
Yeah.
I did forget to show off the saving throw shirt.
Ooh.
Oh.
Not available at etsy.com/shop/save the team. Yes.
And I'm using this time to tell you all to shame Zach into putting more saving throw merch on there.
Yeah.
Shame him.
Pop off. I'll do it.
All right, now let's resume. From places we have been to a place that none of us have been to. Prij mentioned that he's from a small podunk town in the Zolnan Principality, Ashbaugh is. That might be important in a little bit. Not for Zolnan, you'll understand. Now, the last time on Saving Throw, we were given a mysterious message. And speaking of that message, the last time, Wynn read the message out aloud. Wynn, could you once again repeat what was on that note that we were handed?
I sure can.
She's
scrambling
to her DMs.
I got it. Callstone message was, help us. Please help us.
Wynn speaks the 5 words out, and an unsettling chill washes across the room. For a reminder for everyone at home, we are in the office of the guild currently. Darmay stiffens up in her chair, and Marin drums her fingers on the desk a bit. That is technically all we have to go on, but Darmay, Marin speaks, gesturing to the Echuar. Right. Well, I was able to infer a bit more information than just that. Of course, we were able to determine the source crystal coming from the only callstone in a small frontier town in the Crolian Principality by the name of Jung's Holler. Shout out to Jung!
No
Hell
way!
Shout out to patron Jung, and friend of the show. Yes, a small town by the name of Jung's Holler. Marin chimes in. It's in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. And Darby continues. And this is a bit more conjecture on my part, but I suspect whoever sent the message didn't quite know what they were doing. This is somewhat more magically inclined, so bear with me. When a message is sent from a callstone to a callstone, a line of magic, invisible and nearly imperceivable, connects the two stones, no matter the distance or no matter the message. And with the help of the messengers here at the guild, I was able to determine and detect the stone that sent this message and connected here to the stone at the guild, but it connected multiple times, which is strange. The first and second time, a connection was made, but no message was sent. The third time, we received the message that is in Wynn's hand. Then there was a fourth time, where a connection was made, and, well, we did receive a message of sorts, just a single line. And she produced another piece of paper, so basically when they get a message into the stone, they write it down because it fades away after a few seconds. She produced another piece of paper with, that's just a line. Investigation check from, let's say, Ash and Wynn.
Gotcha. I believe I have +1.
Server Warriors, are they using
That's a 9.
9?
That's an 18.
God bless Ash Ball. Wynn's like, yes, it is a line. Well done. Ash. It's hard to tell anything, really. I mean, it's a fucking line. But from both the placement on the page space, so to speak, the size of the line and sort of like the style of the stroke, you would suspect that this was the start of a letter, just like, the letters that make up the other message, that for some reason stopped. And comparing the lines, like the sides of the H in help or the L in help, it does look consistent in stroke length and size, and you would make an educated guess that it is being written by the same person.
Okay.
Darmay continues. Seeing as this was sent from a greater callstone, anyone with experience in sending messages on such a stone would have been able to easily establish a connection, as well as send longer messages with, ease, I suppose. I suspect that whoever sent this message was doing so with no experience, or doing so in such a way that no one else would notice, or possibly they were sending it under duress.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not good.
Marin's like, no, it is not. These are, in fact, my least favorite kinds of quests, the ones that don't have a lot of information. But unfortunately, that is like the most classic, like people just asking for help and you don't know what the help is. It could be a town overrun by bandits or monsters or, I don't know, some abomination worse. Could be nothing, could be someone fucking around, or it could be a trap. We don't know. So keep your heads on straight. Be careful, yeah.
I'm assuming there's nothing else we know about what's going on there.
Do we know about this town, maybe?
Yeah,
so
obviously it's a smaller town, but like...
Let's put it this way. Normally this is the part where I have Messler, I was just to Google a bunch of shit. Use magical Google on a bunch of shit. Research a bunch of shit. No, I don't know shit about Jung's Holler. It's a frontier town. I guess most of your... How old's Junver?
That's a great question.
Are you over 100 years
69.
old? Okay, great.
Nice.
I guess most of you would be too young to know this, but the frontier towns, as we call them, are basically after the war. Taven, Talor's son, the second emperor, basically established let's call it an initiative to push back and reclaim all the spots we lost during the big war. That's what the principalities were. Originally, it was supposed to be princes sort of oversaw them and would sort of lead that quest into reclaiming the wildland. In Zolnan, it went okay. In Crolian, it went fucking disastrously. And we were stuck with a lot of towns that got kind of abandoned on the edge of the world, I guess.
And this is one of them?
This is one of them.
Okay.
One of the abandoned ones or one of the successful?
So like they're not like abandoned. Like it's like this is like as far as we got basically. Like the sorry, what I was saying is the initiative that was we're pumping money into trying and getting these towns up and running stopped, but the towns didn't just vanish. I mean, some of them eventually died out, but like for the most part, they're still a town.
Probably.
They were like abandoned by the government, not like abandoned by the people.
Abandoned by the government, not the people is a great way to
So
put it.
probably
Great.
similar size and infrastructure as Stay?
Yeah, they would vary. Some would be a little bigger than Stay, some would be smaller than Stay.
Okay.
Stay only couldn't really grow more because of the size of its island.
Right.
Whereas like this place could in theory grow as long as it had the supplies and the people.
Okay. Cool.
Shit.
Are you sure you want us to go out there with what happened previously, or are you still seething?
I mean, I'm not pleased in general, but that's just more of a life thing for me. No, look, as I mentioned last time, I, in general, don't really want you guys running out and gallivanting, especially with you-know-who wants to kill you.
Voldemort?
But, yeah. No, my bitch of an ex-wife. But, as I mentioned last time, which is a month ago, because saving throw, I'm a little strapped for heroes currently, what with the prince wanting everyone and their grandmother out hunting TL and other shatterers. So, help is needed, help you are.
We lose more grandmothers that way.
Good.
The grandmother battalion never really had much success.
And without the grandmothers, we're left with the mothers, and then who will ball? Who will ball?
Wow, that's really good.
All right. You ready to go do some hero shit?
Let's do some hero shit.
Be me.
Why not?
Oh, we haven't
like
been
it's-
through a portal in a while. Forgot
almost
how
like
much
it's
I'm gonna hate
everyone's job.
this.
We need like a let's go kind of thing. Like, yeah, put your hands in the middle and then
Okay.
Yeah, Cade used to go, let's go save the world, and like, it's so cringe, right? But like, how the fuck did he pull it off? At the time, we all thought it was fine.
Wait, this is an important question. Do we have a team name?
Marin's like, do you?
Yeah, we're the,
I'm not
we're-
your-
I was asking Zem, no offense.
Are we the Rotmar Giants? Won the World Series?
We're the dream team.
You were the dream
It
team for a
was
while.
a
that's
dream
true.
team, yeah.
You want to lock that in?
I mean, we did spend an entire arc inside of a dream.
True.
But that does feel like we're kind of putting it in the past.
Darmay's like, it also just sounds like you're sleepy. Sorry.
Yeah.
We are sleepy.
Okay, hear me out on this
As
one.
a heads up, I will never refer to us by this team name, regardless of what you choose.
That's fine, Ashball. It's okay.
Darmay's like, I probably won't die there. Marin's like, I might.
Okay. Well, wait till you hear this idea, Marin. We've beaten 2 of the former great heroes.
Uh-oh.
Odds are we're gonna have to fight more of them. No offense, Marin.
God.
God, I hope not.
Me too, honestly. Is there something?
I don't know if I'd say you beat TL. Go on, I'm listening.
Can we do something with that, like Gen 2, like?
The new kids on the block got a bunch of hits.
Can someone teleport us to where we need to go?
Darmay extends her hands and her eyes fill with. Darmay extends her hands and her eyes and eyes fill with that usual golden and silver light as those strands of magic reach out. And like usual, her magic forms those sigils and glyphs in the ground. And like usual, she speaks, "So long for now." But then, when normally the ground would shift and you'd begin to float, there's a pause. And
no.
Darmay shifts in place. Darmay? Marin asks as the half-orc woman, Darmay, continues to channel her spell, but rises to her feet, kicking her chair out as she focuses more intently. Something's got hold of them. She speaks, to which Marin also rises from her chair. It's like it's pulling them down?
I jump.
Oh no.
That's probably super loud, sorry, chat. It's like it's pulling them down. Cancel it! Marin cries out, to which Darmay, I'm trying!
Can we move?
So, Try. Or dex check, sorry.
Sure.
It's a 7.
So, normally when you are being held by Darme's magic, it's almost like you're kind of swimming, like you're floating around in this, like it's like water, but it's the air. You know what I mean? And then you are like plunged down. In this, it feels like the floor is like gripping you and like holding on to you, and you can't.
This is exactly what happened with the Shatterers. Fuck.
Hold on to something, Darme adds as Marin leaps up onto her desks and moves to reach out a hand to you, Chiron. But it's too late.
Wow.
You are all sucked down through the floor of the guild.
Oh no.
Normally, in an instant, you are somewhere else. You fall through the floor and you are another place. But this time, however briefly, you see something in between here and there. And I have an optional perception check here from Ash and Junver, but only if you believe that in this moment you would have the wherewithal to roll a perception check.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is an 18.
Ooh.
Okay.
Is that 2 18s in a row for you, Prij?
It is.
I mean, a 14 and a 17.
But different ads.
It's a 13 for me.
Ooh, perfect. Okay. Wow, you hit the check exactly. Oh, Junver did. Ash blew who's out of the water. Back in Bright Harbor, I know, a long time ago, along with known bastard man Calabash Jones, we entered a chapel of Broken Sky cultists. And
We did.
Ash, you were charmed, enamored, in their, for lack of a better word, I'll say song, even though it was silent, as they channeled their magic up and turned the very roof of their chapel into a swirling pool of dark magic, dotted with
Pretty
little pieces of
Pretty
light.
dope ass ceiling.
Yeah, it was really
It was a dope ass scene.
Sistine
Some of
Chapel
us had a
got
different
shit on
experience, but yeah, some of us had
And-
very different experience.
We'll get there. And in this moment, and in this moment, all you can notice is that this in-between space, this space that exists between here and there that you're falling through, looks just like that ceiling or anti-ceiling, however you want to call it.
the floor.
Junver, at the same time that Ash was being like, whoa, pretty lights at the ceiling, you touched the, I guess I'm going to say preacher, the silent leader of the cultists there in Bright Harbor. You interrupted them from their spell, and for a moment, just a split moment, you saw her. The Sky Eater, she who broke the sky. And, well, hard to say about a creature with no face, but it felt like in that moment she looked at you. And as you fall through this void, that same feeling sinks into you as you tumble through the air. And you all continue to fall for a few moments, and then beneath you all, or I guess at least where you're falling towards, unclear if that's beneath you or not, you see an opening begin to form. Not unlike the other side of the usual portals Darme sends you through. And in another half moment...
While we're in
conti-
between,
Yeah.
can I turn into a cat?
How long does it take to do a transformation?
Like what action in?
So 6 seconds?
Game
Yeah,
terms.
you would have 6 seconds. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I'm a cat now.
You're gonna regret that.
Oh no!
And in another half moment, the 4 of you plus Cat win. So a cat with a little shell on the back and a tiny hat.
Yes.
I'm a black cat.
Hell yeah.
You continue to fall, but not through the starry plane you were just in, but now you're in the open air.
Oh.
Sun shining as you all fall towards the ground. And I don't
Wait.
mean like normal where you are tumbling a few feet. You are
That's not
currently
great.
hundreds of feet above ground and rapidly falling. What do you do?
Bad time.
So fun fact.
Random thought.
I have written here, Prij flies.
No, random thought. What level are we again? I just want to clarify for the
7.
viewers too.
7?
Okay.
7.
Well,
Yeah. Fun real life fact. Cats' terminal velocity is non-lethal.
Yeah, wind is still gonna be okay, technically.
That's actually true, yeah.
You're gonna take a lot of damage. I don't care if it's not lethal or not. When you warp back to a turtle with 1 HP and a broken leg, how fucking good you gonna feel?
I'm casting Featherfall.
so I was gonna say I can
Oh,
cast.
God.
I have slow fall as a monk, so I can just take 5 less damage as a.
I'm just gonna cast It's up to five falling creatures within range. I'm just casting Featherfall on all of you.
Thank
Nice.
Okay, that makes it simpler than what I was gonna do.
Yes, you are falling towards the ground rapidly, I would note. And then Ashball extends his hand and caches Featherfall. Up to 5 falling creatures within range. Falling creatures rate of descent slows to 60 feet per round until the second end, so 10 feet per second. Which is like fast, but like not that bad.
Yeah.
Let's gonna die from it.
Yeah, like you're gonna hit the ground, you're gonna go oof.
Yeah.
It's actually a little slower than parachute speed. I Google. I was wondering if anyone was gonna fuck around, so I googled skydiving speed. It's 320 feet a fucking second.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
That sounds about right.
Anyway, yes. Well, then I'm gonna turn off the engaging ass music because Prij beat me. I did plan for this.
Thank God.
Yes.
Someone needs to have this spell.
I was like,
plan, but it wasn't a good
I was
one.
like, I have a solution for 2 of us, but I can't do more than that.
Can I get a perception check? Not Junver, not Win. So let's go with Chiron and Alistair, because Win's a fucking cat currently. So sorry, you lose perception time.
What? But cats have good senses.
Don't cats have bad vision during day and decent vision during night? Isn't that the trade-off there? I don't care.
That's true. That is true. But they've got really good hearing.
Also, you just turned into a cat a second ago, so you're a bit
This
discombobulated.
is only 12.
Fair.
12 for me.
I got a 16.
Chiron, you turn back and look upwards as you guys are falling and see that above you, that portal, which does not go back to the guild, or at least, like, you know, the other side. Instead, you see that starry black Icarus something, and then it closes up behind you and returns to being normal sky as you all float, I'm gonna say harmlessly, to the ground. I'm not gonna make you take damage. You guys did the thing right.
Cool. I mean, Featherfall makes it so you don't take damage anyway.
Oh, you can't take any fall damage during Featherfall?
If the creature lands before the spell ends, it takes no falling damage and can land on its feet.
Fuck yeah.
Perfect. And an ash can fly anyway. And after that, you all made it to the ground. And hey, you're alive! Nifty!
Strange question. With that, when... Oh, God.
I looked down, I see a cat. I was like,
You wouldn't happen to know why we have some starscape above us, right? Or... No, okay. Well, just meow if you want to.
And shake my head.
Wait, you can still speak as a cat.
nah, no.
Oh, you can't? That's
No,
hilarious.
no.
You can't speak while wild shape.
What if you're a parrot?
You can put things back at people.
Yeah. Well, after all that, yeah, you made it to the ground, alive. It seems that Darmay missed. Something certainly went wrong with the teleportation, but you do
No, that was exactly as intended.
you do seem to be somewhere that looks possibly correct. You all sit just beside a well-trodden dirt road, just on the outskirts of a shabby little town.
Can we geoguessing this?
Yes, and I would say that none of you would have been anywhere that you would be able to geoguess on this one.
Okay, great.
I guess the most comparable thing would be Stay, but this is larger than that and larger than just a little hamlet. It's enough of a town to have like a main road and then various like houses and mills and structures dotted along the main outside of the main path, but nowhere as much of a town as Bright Harbor, and not even close to like a city size like Straymar or Rockmar.
This is a question for you, Chris, because I don't have this in my notes. Would I still have my callstone for the guild? Or I guess it would be Vessler, and would Vessler... Yeah. I don't know. I don't think any of us have another way to contact them, so I would like hit up Vessler and be like, hey, I know you're on probation. We're fine-ish? It looks like we're okay.
Okay, yeah, sure, you can send that message.
If they wanted to punish, they didn't need to try to kill us.
I mean, that definitely didn't feel intentional. Also,
I certainly doubt it.
Anyone get that weird feeling like back in that church? Anyone else? You know,
You went to church?
feel like
It's like Osier would have done.
Also,
feel like they got looked
Yes.
at by the
I'm
sky
pretty
thing
sure-
again.
I did have a somewhat, call it deja vu-like experience during that abnormal transport.
Yeah, we went really fast when we were falling.
Chiron, you were gonna say something?
I was gonna say, I think I was one of the few who didn't get distracted by the Sky Eater, if I remember correctly. But
all the three of you, so Win, Ash, and Alistair, Win, Kyra, and Alistair, all were not, none of the bullshit in the church got you, but it did get Dunver and Ash separate. Yeah. We'll find out more about that later, dingus. Yeah. So yeah, you guys are on the outskirts of a shitty little town.
Does anybody seem to have noticed that we just fell from the fucking sky?
You're a bit too far to like see if anyone's looking at you.
Okay.
I'm assuming we can get shot down. I'm assuming we can get shot down by anti-aircraft guns.
No, the anti-aircraft cannon from episode 1 of Saving Throw. No, didn't show up again.
Okay, well, I'm gonna either assume this is where we were meant to be, or it's a place that is a civilization, and we can figure out where we need to go from here. Shall we?
Yes,
Either way, let's
sign, right?
Yeah.
Either way, let's head to town and find out where we are.
Agreed.
I don't think we have anti-aircraft weapons. We have anti-dragon weapons.
What's the fucking difference? Also, they would have some kind of anti-aircraft. There's airships.
Oh, there's airships?
Not true.
You all make your way towards the structures that make up the town. And you see that there is, in fact, yes, a small collection of people all looking directly your way, presumably having just seen 5 people fall out of the fucking sky. Also, the sky opened for a little bit.
4 people and a cat.
You know what? You got me there.
You're still cat form?
For now.
And I did not fall. I gracefully descended.
Okay, that's a good point, but here's the other thing is like, if people fall quickly out of sky, you might notice them. If they fall slowly, I have so much time to see them falling. Yes, you all make your way towards the structures that make up town, and you see that there is, yes, in fact, a small collection of people all looking directly your way, presumably having seen your fall. And as you approach, the onlookers seem to tense. Can I have a perception check? Who hasn't done one yet?
I haven't.
Win!
Oh, great.
The cat gets the perception.
Yep. And then cannot tell us. And then cannot
No,
tell
I mean
us
the one
what she
who can't
thinks.
tell us things
Oh, true.
because they're a cat currently.
Also, that's a dirty 21.
Nice.
Some of the people, the
That's 14
onlookers,
plus 7.
some of the onlookers keep their hands on weapons, swords at hips, or even less conventional items like pitchforks or shovels. And there's an overall tension that sort of hangs in the air as you get closer. And everyone looks around at the sound of hooves beating down the path from the center of town. A tall and broad elven woman comes trotting around the corner on horseback as you all near the edge of town proper, stopping at the foot of the last building and hopping down from her horse, a large axe swung over her shoulder.
Yo, this is cool!
Whoa there, outsiders. Slow it down. You can't just come flying out of the sky and waltz right into town. That ain't normal. So
You're not wrong on that regard.
It wasn't our intention.
So this woman is sort of like clearly of some level of authority, considering everyone else is kind of like looking to her. But she's actively stopping at like where like the last building ends. Like you guys say town ends, and you guys are on the outside of that.
Oh, look, another person for Alistair to hit on. This is great.
Hey, calm down, calm down.
Groot shifts his shield a little. Maybe not just Alistair, you know.
the Krillin owned account from DBC Abridged ticks up one.
Yeah. Hello. Sorry, we didn't mean to make such an entrance. Something happened with our teleportation magic getting here, but
We are representatives of the guild.
Yes.
We were about to be sent on a mission, and our transport portal was disturbed somehow, and before we knew it, we were here. During this, I make sure to gesture towards my guild signet, so it doesn't sound like I'm bullshitting.
flash a badge. Yeah.
Would you be so kind as to tell us what the name of this town is?
You explain yourselves, and particularly, the guild part, and the people seem to relax a bit, and the elven woman whistles and tilts her head to speak over to her. All right, looky-loos, they're just from the city. Y'all got jobs, don't you? Get out of here. And people seem to start to disperse. Well, sorry for all that then. We ain't exactly the unhospitable type, but we don't really see that much of magic around these parts. She pauses.
No blame whatsoever. I would be on guard if I was in your situation as well.
And with that, I think I'm gonna transform.
Jesus fucking crap! pulls out a gun. Bang, 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 bang.
Oh yeah, our cat is actually a turtle.
She pauses.
We contain multitudes.
Wow.
We're really like a Russian nesting doll of confusing bullshit. She pauses at Wynn turning back. She's about to say something that was like completely thrown off, and looks over you all for a few moments before lowering her axe and playing it into the ground to kind of like lean on it. Heroes, huh? My pappy used to be one of y'all, but that was a long time ago. She removes her hat and holds it over her chest, like sort of like doing like a half bow greeting thing. Yenzel, I keep the folks around here safe. Well, I try to at least. It's a rough country. Shout out to patron Yenzel. Or sorry, Yen. It's just Yen. But the Yenzel is name. Anyway, welcome to
Spell check me, Blazer.
YENNZELLE, dropping it in chat for the folks.
Thank you. NNCE. I'll just look at the chat.
But anyway, welcome to Jung's Holler.
Pleasure to meet you, Yenzel.
John's Holler.
Hey, at least we ended up where we wanted to go.
Yeah, right.
Meeting
It
you.
seems, despite the complications, we are right where we need to be.
Just a few hundred feet above where we want to be.
I hold out my hand to shake.
Oh yeah, she'll oblige you with a shake. Roll me a
Man,
d20. I'm not telling you what the check is for.
I forgot for a second you weren't a cat anymore.
That's a 14 again.
Oh, that's cute.
It's a firm ass handshake, and it's one of those handshakes where you go to shake someone's hand. Like, have you ever shaken like someone who's like a builder's hand, and they just fucking squeeze the shit out of your hand, and like you can tell it's clearly like a thing. Like this is 100% like a flex.
Yeah. So
I say, Win. Pleasure to meet you. This is our team.
Yenzel nods at each of y'all and then puts her hat back on. Right. Well, dynamic entrance aside, what brings y'all to the Holler? We don't really get a lot of city folk here.
We received a series of attempts at request from this very town asking for assistance.
I was gonna say that in the back is Chiron.
Okay, thank you.
That's what I said.
Yenzel narrows her eyes at your words, but not like in an antagonistic manner, more somewhere between like confusion and concern. Well, I'm mighty sorry. I don't want to waste y'all's heroine time or nothing, but I didn't call y'all here, and I don't think our resident stone user did. Ain't exactly monsters and bad guys running around here causing havoc.
Could we
Which
you the stone user?
yeah.
Sure.
Did Yenzel tell us what their position is here yet?
No.
Oh, Yenzel.
She said she keeps them in check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yenzel, what is thank you for coming out to greet us. But if you don't mind my asking, what is your official position here?
We ain't got what you would call official positions. We had a mayor once, but he ain't been around in a long, long time. I sort of handle various tasks around the town and keep people straight and keep people safe, I guess is a better way of looking at it.
So like elected, unelected sheriff is what you're saying, or?
Oh, we got a sheriff, but well, he ain't elected either, I guess. Yeah. Folks just call me boss. Does that help?
Not quite, if I'm being honest, but sure.
Are you a cop?
Unfortunately, we are cops.
Yeah. So I'll give you that. Like, so at your questioning, I don't want to have to like make her explain all this.
Yeah.
There's no shadow guard here. This is not a big enough town to have shadow guard. Very somewhere to stay. And there's not really like a police force or anything like that. There's kinda her.
Gotcha.
So she is a cop. Damn it.
So, boss, if you don't mind me saying, could you perhaps show us to the person in charge of the crystal here? Maybe we could talk to them. Maybe they'd have any clue. Even if it wasn't them, they could tell us about somebody who possibly might have used the crystal without their permission.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, it could have been somebody trying to be funny, I reckon. But, I mean, I ain't want to tell you about your own business, so, you know, feel free to take a look around, do whatever you need. If anybody's giving you a hard time, don't mind them. People are honest. It's a tough place. Here, come on this way, I'll show you. and she's gonna lead you over to the crystal in question. And while you're walking, is there any questions for her I can answer? Otherwise, I'm gonna read some stuff.
I mean, how populated are we when we're walking? Is this pretty dense, or is this?
So there's a decent number of buildings, but the town itself is quite sparse. So like there's a good collection of houses, but like even walking around, you don't see a lot of people. To which Yenzel explains, during the day, most folks are either out working on their respective taverns, farms, you get the like, or out down in the missing. I assume y'all hear about the missing, probably.
What is the missing?
So she said that super casually, and none of you have any. No, I don't think even Alistair would reasonably know that. Yeah, roll the history check anyway.
Okay. Oh no, it's a 10.
You all look confused when Yenzel mentions the missing, and she looks confused at your confusion, effectively. And so she sort of bows out and like walks a little bit further to the outskirt of town to show you that.
Is that like the unknown from the Willy Wonka thing? The missing?
It's the evil chocolate.
Oh wow! No, it's not. But it's not.
That's a cliff.
She sort of swings you out to the outside of town, where she points out the missing. The expanse of, nothingness the town overlooks. And as she mentions, people are often sent out to explore. It's a dangerous place with wild beasts, unstable grounds, and other things. And plenty of people have gone out there and never returned. This is what you might call the Crowleyan experiment failed. You make your way up to the edge of town more literally than you might be used to as you move up the hill towards the main feature, the cliff that drops down into what the locals call the missing. And even getting remotely close, you can see why it might have earned that name. Eventually, the ground just stops, and like nothing but a short little rope fence is all that separates you from just walking the fuck off. And where the ground ends, it is a sheer drop. Like whatever ground followed it was just plucked out and taken away. It is literally missing. And hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of meters below, there is a valley with jagged rocks, flowing water that seems to move and redirect itself with no real rhyme or reason. Birds soar beneath you, and you can vaguely make out some things way down at the bottom. Some look just like structures, some look like, just like forests and stuff like that.
Is there a fluffy red dragon and a queen named Rose?
Wow. No.
If you
Some
had to guess,
bone reference for you fellas.
how far of a distance is that?
Unsurvivable.
No, but like, if you had to give me a list of feet, how many feet? I'm saying because I have a 500-foot dimension door, is what I was thinking.
Oh, no.
That's
like miles down.
Oh my god.
Oh, great.
It's what you're looking at is impossible geography.
Okay, cool.
Or topography,
Cool.
I guess.
Just making sure.
You're looking at some magical bullshit.
Of course.
But connecting that far away bottom of the valley to up here, you see ropes and chains. As you follow your gaze up to a structure here on the top side, nice. A small building which looks to be a water wheel on the side, but instead of where the water would normally be, ropes are tied around some sort of like elevator mechanism. Some sort of thing that connects the bottom to the top.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah.
That's the lift from the bottom of the missing. Galdwin takes care of the lift and the actual lifting, so people can go up and down without having to climb the cliffside. Much faster and much safer that way.
Sorry, who did you say takes care of the lift?
Galdwin? Shout out patron Galdwin.
Nice.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I guess at that, like, do you guys want to walk closer to the elevator, or do you not care right now?
I'd like to see it.
Or closer.
Okay, yeah. There's Galdwin there. Yenzel explains before pointing to, large is an understatement, a giant figure moving out from behind the lift building. A giant, as in the literal race, not just a large person, a giant moves over towards the lift's wheel and begins to pull on the heavy braided ropes, basically reeling them in as the wheel spins, and from way down below, you hear like a noise of clanging and grinding as something begins to move, presumably the lift itself.
That's cool.
Chris, what kind of giant is he?
Good question. You're a giant. Roll perception check, please.
It'd be wild if you failed this.
It would be, yep.
Take advantage. Take advantage. Yeah, that's a good point. It would be unreasonable for you to fail this check.
Dirty 20.
River giant. You'll note this ain't a fucking river. That's a cliffside.
Cliff giants, I think.
Hill giants are a thing, so I guess.
It's close enough.
He's just he's doing his job winching. Unless you guys want to go talk to him.
I don't feel called to yet, but
Yeah.
I don't want to interrupt him while he's working.
yeah.
Yeah, and seeing that he's working, Yenzel turns and sort of like, all right, let's go to the garden. Waste too much time. The garden. Yenzel elaborates. The Holler doesn't have the traditional tools the city has. We're not really big enough to, get a Shatter Guard office or any fancy mage types. And since the Imperial Army pulled out the Missing, we've been left with even less, which is apparently how we like it around here. She's like, that was a joke, and it wasn't like she didn't sell it good.
It did not land with us.
Yeah, 100%. But for all things magical or anyone using magic without permission, we really got one person and one place. It's the garden, which is, as you're all walking towards it, apt. You walk towards it. It's mostly a little green space with some covered wooden structures sort of surrounding it. And in the center of it all sits a large callstone. This is the size of the one you would have seen in the City Hall at Bright Harbor or the Elder's House at Stay. Very much the kind that Empire gives to a settlement to establish like a basic communication thread.
This is literally Shakespeare's theater and around with a crystal.
Yeah,
Yeah, the crystal's about to fucking perform.
Yeah.
It's about to do a sweet monologue. But this is much more out in the open than any callstone you've seen. This is all like, this is the kind of thing that would be incredibly valuable. But it's also just like, what are you gonna do? Run out of the town with this fucking thing? There is a woman here, and who Yen notes to be Violet, and sort of waves her over.
I'd like to run out of town with this fucking thing.
Roll to steal
We're
Callstone.
making heel turns right now, all of us.
Everyone steal horses and carts. That's right. We went to the old Wild West town and instantly turned into banditos.
Sorry, go on.
Yen notes them to be Violet. This here's Violet. The town's we don't do titles here. Magic doer, senior magician.
It sounds like a title, yeah.
Nice to meet you, Vile.
Violent or violent?
Violet. Glad we clarified.
Violet.
Named for patron Violet Vita.
Violet. My name is Violet.
I heard violent.
That describes Vita pretty well.
Yeah, I was about to be like, oh, your favorite Jason.
Yes, and I'm gonna say you'd guess mid-40s ish woman who is both tending to a garden and sort of here in charge of this metaphorical garden. She turns. Oh, hello, guild heroes. This is rather unusual. If you're here about my magic use, I assure you it's all above board. But truthfully, I have no idea where we have any paperwork that would prove that. I know it exists.
Sounds like someone
We
who
assure
didn't
you
commit a crime.
when we go arrest you.
So you already are aware that we're here for probably some specific reason. You want to fill us in on why you assume that based off, were you doing something to summon us here, or did you send any messages in that case? Sound familiar?
Did you need to send a message on the callstone?
No.
Our guild office received a series of semi-successful messages from most likely this very callstone. Are you saying you have no idea who sent these?
Violet's eyes dart between you guys and Yenzel with various levels of confusion, to which Yenzel just kind of shrugs in response. Did someone send a message? Sure, I handle all the message sending for town.
Can I insight check Violet here?
Sure.
Good thinking. I should have. Well, no. I was like, I could have put up the liar's candle, but I actually don't want to hurt these people if they are.
Keep the town blaze up. Motherfuckers.
Yeah.
It's just a 9, unfortunately.
Violet's all my magic was above board.
Remember when I did that to an actual character?
You did, yeah.
The speaker got blasted and they died, so we'll never know what the fuck was going on.
They died, Zach. Not from that, but they did die.
Died the same
All
day.
people die, Ash.
Hey, they hadn't taken a long rest. They could have healed. You never know.
I don't think so.
Yeah, if they healed, they would have survived that TL knife to the chest.
Ash,
Did like 46 damage.
in the interest of time here, you are the crystal bird.
Well, hold on.
French.
On Chiron's insight check with a 9, I'm gonna say like, obviously you can't get like a huge boon information for a 9. She seems genuinely confused, is what I would say.
Okay. All right. Does anybody else have access to this, Violet, or is it just you?
Well, I mean, everyone has access to it, but no one really knows how to use it besides me.
Does this thing have caller ID?
So, no, is the
right,
answer to your question. But also, in lines of like what we talked about with Darmay earlier, to identify like you know, that kind of like connection with a callstone, it's just like a pretty good magic user, and unclear if Violet would be of that level or not.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we're overflowing with people that know how to work a callstone or any crystal for that measure. So if anyone needs to send a message or family, or set up trade or whatever, I handle all that.
Chris, real quick, out of character, does that message that we got like have like, did the guild share that? Did the guild share that immediately? When that happened, or is that like we don't know when?
It would have happened overnight. I think I meant to say that earlier, but I said it last time, but I didn't say it this time. Yeah, that happened. That came in the middle of the night.
Gotcha.
So it would have been like in the past, like 12, 14 hours.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's like mid-morning.
I'm sorry to ask you so many questions, Violet, but we are a little bit confused on why we're here, and you're probably the best person to help us out. But were you here at this stone for the last, day or so? Were you around this area? Could you, fill us in if anybody else stopped on by while you were here, or?
She looks you up and down and sort of like, like rubs her chin. I mean, I'm here most days, but I mean, I don't hang out here all night.
Is there
Okay, with that, I think I'm gonna do my thing.
Okay.
You don't hang out here all night, but you know who does? And I cast Speak with Plants.
Oh God!
Oh my God!
Chris, you gave us an investigation in a garden about the last day.
Holy
And I have this
shit!
spell prepared.
This literally is the glass onion.
I mean, we all know what it does, but tell us to speak with plants.
All right, I'll just read it. You may imbue plants within 30 feet of you with limited sentience and animation, giving them the ability to communicate with you and follow your simple commands. You can question plants about events in the spell's area within the past day, getting information about creatures that have passed, weather, and other circumstances. You can also turn difficult terrain caused by plant growth. You can basically turn difficult terrain or non-difficult terrain.
Hey, thank God you've done that before for helping the team.
Chris, good luck cutting around all that.
No, there's a sunflower smoking a cigarette.
Ooh.
I don't know, pick a fucking plant. He's so cool.
Okay. So we're speaking to like the hive-minded plants, or I am specifically.
Yeah. Let's say specifically for the point of like you're casting Speak with Plants, like the biggest flower nearby like rotates to win. It's like, what's going on?
It's named Flowey. Is it actually evil?
No. We decided. Hey, welcome back from the edit. We decided that for the purposes of how we're going to Speak with Plants, Wayne can ask some simple questions. And they will be able to respond in like a simple manner. Usually it's gonna be like a yes, no, maybe. But like if it's something else that could be simply said like, a time, like dawn or whatever. They can say that. And they will all speak to Win like this. Hey, Win, what's going on?
Shit.
Oh, sorry.
Welcome to Jung's Holler, Win. It doesn't say that.
It's great to meet you. First time doing this.
First time,
I'm a
long
little
time.
overwhelmed. First time, long time. Big fan. Big fan.
Likewise.
Love your work, Flower.
It's so great to hear you say that. I was just wondering, has anyone other than Violence here
Violet? Okay. Violet Vita is a well-established member of the community. This one shouldn't be that hard for y'all. Like, I get RLA, sure, but like, it's just Violet.
Has anyone other than Violet here sent a message on this crystal?
I don't know if the plants know that it's a crystal sending message.
Okay. Has anyone spent a lot of time at this crystal?
Yeah.
Anyone anyone suspicious?
It was dark.
It was dark. Did they? Were they a man or a woman? Or
know.
neither?
I'm a plant. I don't see gender.
Great.
Even though plants are
Did
explicitly
they have
gendered.
a
Shut the
stamen
fuck
or a
up.
pistol?
I was gonna say, shut the fuck up. I couldn't tell. They were wearing a hat. So
They were wearing pants.
Yeah, but for a flower, it'd be a hat.
No, I get it. I get it. It's
Yeah.
good. It's good.
How long ago?
Last night.
Last night.
And
Did they
before
have
that,
any-
too.
And before that, did they have any identifying features?
It was dark.
Oh, fuck off, Chris.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair.
They was wearing those things you guys wear that makes it so I can't see your naked bodies. What do you call them? Clothes?
Damn it.
The plant's a pervert.
All plants are all about reproducing. It tracks.
Fuck. Questions.
For everyone else, Wynn's just talking to a flower.
Yeah, it's the thing where I'm like, I don't feel like I should. But
I mean, I can still check the questions. Questions. I need questions.
Yenzel's like, is she okay or?
Oh, she's great. She's in her element.
Let her cook.
Let her cook.
Were they there for a long time?
That's kind of a complicated question for higher ass. No, sorry, not for you. Yes, yes is the simplest way of saying it.
Okay, so
Did you see anyone else with them?
No,
No. Was anyone else in the area?
I don't think so.
So they can't give us information about what the person looked like, but they said it was only one, at least at the time.
How do you know this?
I assume
Sure.
Wynn's relaying.
I'm trying to.
Yeah. Wait, unless
trying to
Wynn says
translate.
otherwise, you're relaying this information.
Yes.
Any? Are they able to say to repeat anything they heard at least?
That's way too complicated for a third level spell. Get the fuck out of here.
That's
So
fair.
I'm just
That's
trying.
fair.
Just trying.
Were they speaking?
Oh. No.
No.
Did they detect magic outside of using the crystal?
Okay.
Is that anything?
Okay. First, can you detect magic?
No, they cannot.
No. Okay,
I would say that a plant would be able to tell if like a spell was cast, as long as it was like visible.
Okay.
Sure.
Like, a fireball. I can play with a
Yeah,
fireball
yeah,
was throw.
Yeah.
That's the classic example. To which I would say,
What?
Did
I'm gonna say
they use magic?
Yeah,
Oh,
to that, I'm trying to think actually if the plant would recognize magic being used if it's the kind of magic I'm thinking of. Maybe they say maybe.
Chris, I've got something. If I don't want to interrupt, Elise.
No, go for it. Go for it.
Does the crystal need to be touched? Like, how does that like sending a message work?
Yes, so very similar to the one in Alistair's pocket. Physically, like you, it's like think of it like a monitor, like any kind of screen, and you can like physically write on it with your hand. Typically speaking, for these fancier call stones, there often is a tool. It's kind of like think of like an old timey inkwell brush, but with a crystal at the end. That way you can write messages like a bit more accurately and also a bit longer before it like starts to send them away.
I gestured to Violet. I was like, and I guess, yes, too, just to make sure. I don't know, official this town thing. Like, if I had to walk up to this thing, like, may I like go up to it, like the crystal, or?
Well, sure. Would you like me to turn it on for you?
No, I just need to see. Like, I want to look at the crystal and see if there's any like human residue on it. Like, I'll
love
try to.
that.
Any, like,
Investigation
markings.
check, Dr. Man.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Fingerprints. Just my. Fucking 20, baby. Let's go.
Nice.
Let's go. 21 is the total.
Doctor of the Arcane, Chiron Hemlock. You go to inspect this.
This is a human, not like an arcane. Like, this is like I'm checking for like fingerprints.
I was just calling you a cool
know.
thing. So you go over to the stone.
CSI, Jung's Hollow.
I got my vials. I'm like,
Flaw in order, but still.
Yeah.
So yeah, you go brush for prints. No, nothing on the surface. But this is we're out in the open here, right? This is an outside venue. This thing was recently cleaned, wiped clean, you might say.
Say Vipes a prince, son of a bitch.
what is it like? Is it a? This is not a official cleaning. This is like something that they like. Would this be like a supply?
Some non-normal like some kind of presumably a liquid, but something was used to clean it.
With a 20, is it magic or man-made? Is this more
the substance you would say is like a regular world substance? It might be like Jimbo's crystal cleaning spray,
sure.
But like it's not like
it's not prestidigitation or something.
Yeah, it wasn't like some fucking incantation or some shit.
Okay.
It was an item, a liquid, a salve, a thing.
So there's like no residue of whatever was there before.
So there isn't.
Yeah.
Violet's fingerprints aren't even on this thing. So somebody had to have tried.
She's
to
like,
hide
hang
their
on, I can't
tracks.
remember if I'm wearing gloves in my art or not. I'm not.
But
I noticed that right away. You weren't wearing gloves.
He's like, well, I haven't sent any messages today.
So
Did you clean it, Violet?
I don't clean that fucking thing.
Violet doesn't look actually clean.
Well, I mean, I do, but like not like that.
So just to confirm,
Thank you.
Because this could give me an option here, Chris. There's like not even a residue of like a material used to wipe this. Like in your words, Jimbo's crystal spray.
That's a good point.
There'd be trace amounts. So here's to paint you a better picture.
Okay.
It's as if someone dumped water on this thing to clean it and then like wiped it off with a towel effectively.
Okay.
So if you think after that kind of cleaning there'd be enough of whatever you need left to do whatever you're doing, sure. But if not, no.
If it was just water, probably not.
The most important thing is somebody deliberately does not want us to know they were here. That is very nerve-wracking.
Or
To which Yenzel pipes up, and doesn't want us to know they were here either. And looks to Violet, and they're sort of like,
Yeah.
No, ladies, thank you very much. I will not bother your, proximity anymore. I'm gonna be over here real quick.
Mr. Plant.
I'm gonna say
Call you Mr.
during
Yeah.
talking to the plant, Yenzel and Violet are whispering to one another. Hold on that for a moment.
Am I
you want to
hear any of their conversations?
yeah.
Oh god.
Get an idea of
So
it?
that's a matter of how close you try to get without being Snoopy.
You can read. That's your bag,
Oh,
Alistair.
I'll fucking do it. I'm trying to listen.
Let's do it, baby.
Wait. They're not looking at us, right? They're not like looking.
They're like stepping away a bit. Like they're stepping away from the group a little bit to have a chat.
I know what you're gonna
Okay.
do, Elise.
I'd like to cast my classic
Plant growth?
classic Pass That Trace.
Oh,
Is that concentration?
Yes, but speak with plantism.
Well played.
Oh, holy shit! I'm shocked by that. It feels like it should be concentration.
It does,
Hey,
but it's just 10 minutes.
Can I just walk over to Elise, or sorry, Wynn, tap her on the shoulder and be like, hey, are there plants right next to those two whispering to each other?
Yeah, but they wouldn't be able to relay complicated messages.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. Can I?
Hold on.
Can I ask the plant?
Yeah, let's one thing at a time.
One thing at a time. Wynn was talking to plants.
Yes. Can I ask the plant? Are those two? How can I ask this in a simple way?
Good people.
Bucking? I don't think so.
Actually, yeah. Are those two trustworthy? What's a plant's concept of trust?
I can't give you that. That's too complicated.
Okay.
I would say
that's fair.
if you were to ask that and I were to give an answer, like the plants would trust Violet because she tends to the garden.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's fair.
good. Are those two speaking negatively about us?
No.
Heavy.
No.
Okay.
Okay. I think that's what I need to ask. I've casted past that trace. If someone wants to sneak away to get a better view of the land, without our escort here,
I'm doing like human remains check kind of thing around this area still. I feel like that's what I did
so,
my action.
We all know which of us should.
This is all happening concurrently.
Yeah,
so hold on.
yes.
Tyron's inspecting the crystal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wynn's talking to plants.
Yep.
The other three of you, past that trace has been cast. You guys doing anything?
I am absolutely going to try and act like I'm observing the area, but like inching towards the two women and also having said, listen under my breath.
There's a good boy.
And hear what they're saying.
Yeah.
Yes, Alistair, what's your elven ears here? Using your fucking your elven ears and Teal's ear cuff. You are also. I'm gonna say you're like you're like looking for clues, but not actually around like the outskirts of the garden area.
Listen, I'm an actor.
me-
I can fucking act like I'm investigating.
Roll me a stealth check with the past that trace, please.
Oh, is that
Come
give me
on,
advantage?
come on out.
Plus 10, right?
And I think.
Plus 10 flight, I think.
That's a 20. Oh wow, a 26. I mean, plus 10. It's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
That's how the trace is coded.
I'll say like as you know, you don't want to linger too long in one area, but you're able to overhear them chit-chatting back and forth. The first thing you hear is them sort of like in equal confusion over who could have messaged on the stone overnight, which Genzel is much more the question asker and Violet's much more the askee or answerer. I don't know who could have come in the middle of the night and used it. I mean, as far as I know, nobody else knows how to use it. And then Violet returned to that. Are you sure those five are heroes? I don't like them strolling into town and knowing stuff all of a sudden. To which Genzel's like, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're heroes. They got the badges on, don't they?
Okay.
I'm gonna say that's all you can get before it's noticeable that you're
fucking trust us. Wow.
hanging out.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess I'm not shocked by that.
Dash.
Can I just do a general investigation to see if anyone is snooping on us right now?
Ooh. Yes. Roll me an investigation check, please.
Only a 12.
I get boosted by pass without a tracer.
It does not. Yeah, you look around and you don't notice anything, but you notice it like the same amount of like when you're walking through town, people were kind of like looking at you funny because you're not from here, and you sort of have that sense of being unwelcome, but not like that anyone's like watching you.
Okay.
Chris, this is gonna sound really vague, and
Mr.
that's sort
Manyshield.
of intentional, but
Yeah.
can I don't know if it's perception or investigation, but I just want to look for anything that feels or looks just wrong or off or out of place.
I think I know what you're going for. Roll me an investigation check.
It's in that one.
It's an out.
No way.
A bird poops on Junver. I don't know. After their chat, Yenzel and Violet turn back to you, and Yenzel sort of like rubs back the head. Well, if that's all, I can show y'all around the rest of the town. Or I don't want to like interrupt your hero stuff if you guys have like a method. So
No, please, if you have other things you recommend.
Can I convene the group real quickly?
sure.
Please.
All right, everyone. What are we thinking? This prank gone wrong, trap, or
This
we
is
think
true.
there's something hidden behind the surface here?
A prank gone along, they would not have gone to this great lengths to be hidden.
I agree.
I agree with that as well. I just want to mention all possibilities.
I think
too
trap
don't think.
likely.
A trap is a strong likelihood between this and the
Getting getting unceremoniously dumped here.
Yeah, and the
Trapped?
stuff that at least you and I saw on the way in.
Okay. My
Yes.
my thoughts are either this is a trap from the mysterious sender, or this entire town is rotten, and the mysterious sender does need our help.
Yeah, that's the entire possibility. And maybe not even the entire town, but something is rotten if it's not a trap.
I do think it's in our best interest to let them lead us around for a little bit more, but perhaps before we leave, I cast Detect Magic for shits and giggles.
Should
And before we leave, I'll say, well, Mr. Plant, if I can call you that.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Mr. Plant, oh my
Mr. Plant.
We go way back.
It's been a pleasure finally talking to you. I hope we can have many more conversations like this.
Looking forward to it, Win.
And with that, we'll take our leave. Thank you so
I
much.
cast Fireball on the plan.
That's terrible. Life is terrible. I wish I was a plant again.
The plant was the one who tricked us into coming here. I figured it out.
My God.
I have eliminated the threat. I will be returning to the capital now. Consider your city saved.
I had two things I wanted to ask.
So to that, I'm going to say that Yen has a question for you guys.
Okay.
What exactly did that message say anyway? I realize I never asked.
It said help us.
Yeah.
Yes, once again, it's important to note that whoever sent it did not seem to, was either, well, the messages came through sort of choppy and improperly sent, so...
Yen and Violet once again look at each other at your mention that the note said help us, and they seem certainly like put off by that. Their demeanor changes or whatever. Well, that's...
It seems like confused, put off, not like...
Yeah, that's an insight check question, my man.
Oh, okay, great. Oh.
Come on.
Oh, that's an 18.
Okay. Okay.
I would say worried.
Worried.
Okay.
Not anything sinister.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, I don't like lie detector being insight check, but for now.
No, I don't want lie detector, really.
Concerned and like...
Concerned is good.
Possibly scared, maybe.
Okay, good, yeah.
Well, that's ominous, says Violet. While y'all look around, I'll send a message back to your guild, let them know you arrived safe. Well, safe-ish from what I understand with the Skyfall incident, just like James Bond would have done. If you need me to tell them anything else, let me know, and of course, anything else you need to send on through.
There hasn't been anything out of the ordinary around town in the last couple days, weeks or so. Nothing.
Well, I mean, nothing I've noticed, which is what makes this whole thing so concerning.
Well, you are the boss, so I'd hope that you would recognize if anything was wrong with your town, out of the sorts or anything.
And Yen brushes their head again. Well, I'd hope so too.
Okay.
Well, for the time being, yes, if you don't mind showing us the rest of the town, that would be delightful.
Right. Well, luckily you see most of it, but I know just the place for y'all to get a little more of the local fare. Let's head on down to the Hollerin Hole.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna, before we officially dip, I would love to cast Detect Magic just to see. I'm pretty sure this is gonna go badly for me and I'm gonna waste a spell slot, but that's fine.
So, detect your magic.
Do you want me to read the description for you?
Nope.
Okay.
Because we all know what detect magic does, but I need to see what kind of spell this is. You know what? I like the way that I usually do it better anyway, so I'm not gonna even bother with it. So yeah, you cast your detect with magic, and Violet seems a bit like, what the fuck are you doing at this? And there's a bit of magic in the area. Obviously, the crystal is fucking brimming with magic. It's a giant crystal. No shit, Sherlock. And from that, and like sort of like almost like a connecting thread, because I like to think of this tech magic almost like a trail of scent in a cartoon. Like you can see like the wafting lines of magic.
View of it.
There's a pretty strong connection of magic from Violet to the hearth, and that is like that one doesn't really fit into a school of magic. It's just like kind of crystal magic. It's like the kind of magic that you would use to send a message, to interact with crystal, basically. And in addition to that, Violet is sort of overall pulsing with like healing magic energy, green stink.
Okay, that's good.
But in the air around the crystal, like literally like the small little circle, like area around the crystal courtyard, you detect low-grade teleportation magic.
Okay.
Give me an Arcana check, Alistair.
Okay.
Would be that with advantage, Alistair.
Oh, okay. Well, Arcana is not bad.
Yeah, but there's a reason you're getting your advantage with it.
Yeah.
You fool.
17.
You recognize that Stanko magic? That was Misty Step.
Okay.
And it was cast a while ago, for as far as you could tell.
Like a while ago, as in like hours more than 12?
17. It's definitely been hours, unable to tell how long.
Okay.
I thought you were saying exactly 17
That's
hours.
what I thought you
That is very specific.
I was like, whoa, okay.
He knows exactly when that spell was cast. It was cast by someone wearing blue pants.
They wear size 8 shoes.
They were wearing cologne. Sandalwood, maybe?
You're able to tell, it was cast some time ago, and it was recent enough that the spell, the ambient magic hasn't all entirely dissipated, but it's been quite. The amount left is quite faint.
Gotcha. Okay, but as we're walking out, can I talk to both Violet and Yenzel and be like,
so Violet's staying. She works here.
Okay.
But Yen is sort of like leading you.
Then before we leave, can I specify, is there anyone in the city who is capable of magic? I'm not mentioning the spell Misty Step. No, fuck it. I'll say anybody in the cities that you know is capable of the spell Misty Step.
We handle magic the law-abiding way. Except for Violet, anyone that knows magic has to report into the nearest city and do their whole, I'm not gonna do magic, boo boo boo, Shatterguard business, and they can come on back.
Again, I cannot stress, I'm not a member of the Shatterguard. We are not here to bust somebody's chops for doing magic. I just wanted to ask if perhaps
we want to make
knew somebody
we want to make
capable of this.
We want to make sure everybody's okay, including you two ladies.
Of course.
So we see a message that says "help me," and we get worried.
Understandable. I mean, as far as I know, I think we're all squared up for magic users right now. I'm pretty sure Violet's the only one still around. Old Mr. McGuther's kid could use it, but he left town once he found out. He said, and I quote, "I'm leaving this shit town. See you all in hell."
And did you go
honestly,
down the elevator?
Rude.
Well, that's a little rude.
No, he went like west to the nearest city.
Okay.
As we're leaving, I would like to nudge Chiron real quick and whisper something to him.
Ouch.
Like, Chiron.
That nudge does 20 damage.
Critical.
Yes.
Critical nudge.
Critical nudge.
Can you stick around and make sure Violet actually sends the message that she said she would send?
Yes, let me charm the pants off of Violet.
I meant stealthily. Like, don't let
I'm
her see
kidding.
you.
I trust you.
No.
Here's what I'm gonna say on that is, Chiron can totally do that. How are you sneaking away from Yen, who's watching the 5 of you, and is escorting exactly 5 of you to a different location?
Probably still
Is
has
Yen in the front?
Yeah, is Yen in the
You
front?
still past that trace.
Yeah, but she's like turning. She's not just walking blindly the whole time. She's gotta turn around and talk to you. You know how you walk with people.
Chiron, didn't I just hear you say you have to go take a huge shit?
Yen
We'll
is
go
there-
on ahead. We'll go on ahead while you take that huge shit.
Yen, I noticed that there is a store. I need to refill some of my medical I said, you used something on the crystal there. Do you mind if I take a little bit of a detour?
Oh,
I love the idea that you used him on the crystal. You used medical supplies on the crystal. There's just a big band-aid on it and a broken syringe.
But it's like a branded Band-Aid. It's like got a Disney princess on it.
For the purposes of what I'm gonna do here anyway, yeah, this is fine. So I'm gonna say that, like, yeah.
Hey, my charisma's an 8. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, that's a good point. No, I mean, you are lying, so give me a persuasion check or a deception check, rather.
I was gonna say I am lying.
Oh, I should have lied for you. I'm better at it.
Yeah. Okay. That is a 1 because I rolled a 2 and I have a -1.
Let me just get y'all settled in, and then y'all can do whatever you want with the town. But I'm just trying to keep track of 5 people for 5 minutes. God damn it.
Said that character and not the DM.
Yeah, both. Shut up, though. It's almost like the characters are here to keep you in the constructs of the game,
No, that's fair.
like Disney World. Yes, leading you down the dirt path. I mean, it's the only main road, really, of the town. Yen leads you towards the local tavern with a sign hanging on it that says the Hollerin Hole, like watering hole, but holler. Is this the correct art? Yes. The doors to the shabby little tavern swing open, and music plays faintly inside as a small collection of people sit around various parts of the bar, drinking, chatting, but none of them so engrossed in their conversation that they don't, turn to see people entering and go, whoa, what's going on over there? Change the music up really fast. It's gonna be a lot of shit, hang on. Yeah, but none of them so engrossed in their conversation that they don't turn to peek at who came through the door. And eyes linger on you all, but eventually return to their previous activities. And from behind the bar, a voice chirps up, and the bartender turns to you all. Or at least the top half of them does. A clunky old Warforged sits behind the bar.
Hell yeah!
With 4 arms, 2 which are currently occupied polishing a glass. He wears a very old poncho and a very old tattered cowboy hat. And just from basic observation, this motherfucker's old as shit. Warforged tend to be. They're an exceptionally rare species of thing. And the Warforged bartender speaks. Well, howdy, partners. Welcome to the Hollerin Hole. Best little watering hole in all of the Holler.
Wow.
Raz's favorite restaurant as well.
Yeah, clearly.
The Warforged barman speaks in slightly broken phrases, but for the most part seems to function well. Yenzel mentions, this here's Diego. Nobody knows where he came from. He's been here longer than anyone in the town has, even me. And my pappy.
That's great to meet you, Diego.
Hi. Diego turns and looks at you, Junver, and speaks. You got real nerve showing yourself in these parts again, partner.
Oh shit!
Oh no!
Again?
It's about now you notice that one of the 4 arms of Diego rests on his hip, holding a very, very old-looking Magitech revolver.
Oh god.
Like he's about to draw on you. Yenzo mentioned, don't worry about that. His arm is just stuck like that. The thing he said to you, no clue. That one's new.
What?
It isn't part of the 15 fun phrases he's programmed with.
Yes, exactly.
This is a terrifying NPC bartender.
I've never been here, Diego. What do you mean?
Can I get you something to drink, partner?
Can I say, don't worry about it, Diego's a G.
Yeah, this is Diego Garcia's character, Diego, who wanted a Warforged gunslinger, so he gets a Warforged robot cowboy bartender.
Oh, I love it.
All the Western tropes in one with robots.
Yo, listen, anytime you give me a fantasy Western theme, I'm all about it. So thank you for setting this up.
He came straight out of the SteamWorld games.
Yeah.
Where's the location of the $200 million double-dollar man?
The Stampede? I thought that bastard was dead.
No, but really, Diego, why do you recognize me? What the fuck?
So his head turns a little bit and he looks at you, but he seems to not have a response to what you're saying. And Yen just kind of like waves it off as he's like that sometimes, saying all kinds of weird stuff.
He's never said that before.
No, but like
How do you mean?
he says weird stuff is what she said.
Okay.
Diego, can these 5 use your bunkhouse to sleep in? I know the tavern's a bit full up currently. He goes, yeah, of course, partner, but no bunkhouse bucking. And he tips his hat at you.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Ooh, gross.
And everyone's like, is that a sex thing? What is bunkhouse bucking?
Oh, it's a
It's a sex thing. It's obviously a sex thing.
And yeah, I was like, all right, I'll leave y'all here to get your wits about you. Do whatever hero stuff you need doing. Don't bother me too bad. I won't bother you too bad. I'll leave it to your devices and all that. If you need any help, let me know. Whenever you decide this town sucks and you want to leave, let me know.
Okay.
Chris, can
Thank you very
is
much.
there a arcana or history check I can do for Warforged or anything to see what I
Yeah, just give me a history check. You have what do you call it? Expertise. Jesus Christ, man.
Another that one.
I got another nat one.
David, what the fuck, dog?
Great.
Warforged exist. They are rare. No one knows where they come from in general, but they just kind of show up places.
Great.
This may not be culturally appropriate to this Warforged, but I'm an idiot, so I'm gonna ask. Hey, Diego, I'm a blacksmith. Like, can I help? Fix anything?
Keep your hands where I can see them, partner.
Okay, sure.
Also, before Yenzo leaves, can I ask her where?
Yeah, of course.
Where her home or office, home base?
Thank you.
Where we can find. I know she's probably out and about a lot, but if there's like a place that at the end of the day we can find her, that would be wonderful to know.
Agreed.
I'm going back to the main map here. Quote unquote here. Up towards the top of the thing, there's a big ass windmill. She points to a house just beneath that, and she goes, "That's my office, I guess you call it."
Okay.
Thank you very much.
And she's like, all right, anything else you need, the sheriff here, and she points to Diego, can help you out. And then she looks at he's not a real sheriff, but he keeps calling himself that. Just don't worry about it.
Cool.
He's an interesting specimen. I've never seen a Warforged in a long time. They are
They're
the capital.
quite rare, and for one to be all the fucking way out here is honestly even stranger than the fact that they are a strange race. Similar to Asamir, they're a very rare thing to meet.
You might say they're a stranger in a strange land.
You would say that.
I almost want to just stay at this hotel and observe this.
So yeah, they're giving you access to the bunk house, which is like right out back of the tavern. There is like a literal a house with a bunch of beds in it, and that's it.
Cool.
Because the regular tavern has other guests or people staying there. I guess this is maybe the wrong word to use.
Learning about this Diego might help my notes for future reference, but I suppose I do have another mission that I might need to do.
Interesting. I would think Chiron will be less interested in Warforged since they're so. Since how much of their existence is inapplicable to medical science. That's not a character thing. That's just me.
I mean, who knows? Chiron did say he was built earlier in the stream, so
Can I
Did say that.
and I'm gonna give you all time in a second to do party things,
Thank
but
you.
just before I can finish the bit here,
Please.
Diego's like, can I get y'all fellers anything, or are you here for the little lady in back?
What?
Scoozy?
You said no conjugating or whatever.
Diego, do you want to
no bunkhouse
do you
bucket.
want to qualify the little lady in the back?
She's been waiting for her friends for a while now.
Okay.
What does this little lady look like?
He points across the bar, or across the tavern. It's not like a huge building.
Like she's in the room.
Oh, she's in the room. That'd be awkward. She's
Diego-
right next to him.
Diego gestures to a corner of the tavern where a messy table is occupied by one small figure. And a bunch of other shit on the table, but I'll wait until you guys want to go talk to them before that.
is a lone person.
Well, can I like look across the room?
Yeah, can
and-
we see?
Yeah, sure.
Perception check to like.
A table. No, you don't need these.
Okay.
You're looking at a thing.
Good.
A table sits covered in all manner of paper and vellum, and even with the most cursory glances, those are obviously maps left in a somewhat organized stack, but without understanding like the manner they're being sorted by. It's a mess of maps. While a gnome is at the table sorting through those maps.
Okay.
Great.
Now that the whole scene has been set, do as you wish.
Diego, how long has she been waiting for us?
What do you mean us?
Couple months, I reckon.
Oh shit.
Okay. Diego doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. What is she? She's just looking at maps?
Yeah, I mean, she's not engaging with you guys at all. There are other people in the bar too, but everyone's just kind of minding their own fucking business.
Right.
Occasionally, someone comes up to get another drink from Diego. He takes a decent amount of time to pour it, but like everyone seems to be not kind about it.
Is she the only, like, so if people are scattered throughout the bar, do most of them have somebody else they're talking to besides this person?
That's the only person here that's by themselves, yes.
Yeah, that's pretty important. Okay, never mind. Then I will,
And I would say, give me a perception check, Aaron.
yeah. That's bad. Jeez. Oh, geez, man. 7.
Everyone,
Too enamored by Diego.
everyone else nearby is dressed in like farmhand attire. Effectively, you get it. Whereas that person at the bar is dressed differently. I can't give it more than a 7.
Yeah, I know. Okay, well, if no one else is gonna, I mean, I'm gonna kind of get in proximity to this person. I might not make the opening move. Kind of get closer and see if they notice me or something like that.
Anything else before I read stuff then?
No, go with him.
As you all get a bit closer, the seated gnome looks up from their maps, and seeing your faces, they smile wide. Oh, bless the stars! Finally, somebody answered my letters. Let's go! they hop off their seat and do like a fancy salute. Fulfill a season, 3rd ranked guild cartographer, center division. Great to meet you. And extend a hand for a handshake. Shout out to Fulfilla. This is their character.
Shut up.
How common are gnomes in this town? Is this the only gnome we've seen?
No. In any town we go to, unless I specify otherwise, it is a completely even distribution of all fantasy races.
Great.
Which is so far true, other than the vampire town.
Yeah.
Full vampires.
So like vampires are special, Asamir are special, Dragonkin are special, Warforged are special. That's all I got.
Okay, well, if they're offering to shake our hand, I'll reach out my bandage hand, glove or bandage and whatever.
And yes, to clarify, because I was saying it in a character voice, they introduced themselves as Fulfilla Season, last name Season, and they said they're a 3rd ranked guild cartographer center division.
Yeah, Chris,
Can we
check ourselves
if that's a thing that exists?
I was gonna say, did everyone walk over with Chiron, or is anyone not with Chiron?
I'll walk over with them.
Yeah.
A solo person looking at maps and the bartender saying that they've been there for a month. I'll investigate that.
I would join as
Great.
well.
Then let's go with Ash and Jun for history checks.
Sure.
Because they said it first.
Damn it. I'm good
Sorry
at
about
that.
Won it again. Oh, not a nat 1.
God damn it, brother.
What the
I said
fuck?
not. As in, like, I didn't get one.
Okay.
I rolled a 14.
I also got a 14.
Great. Yes, guild cartographer. We talked about this briefly a while ago, but there are various guilds. You are one, obviously, of heroes. Technically speaking, the Shadow Guard's a guild, but they're a bit above that. They're more of like a military entity. There's like a smith's guild. There's the regular guilds. Anything would have smiths and artisans and the like. There's also more abstract ones that exist for our setting. Shapers. We met Sahia last time. Shapers are basically, think of them as magical architects. They have a very powerful, like politically speaking, very powerful guild. There's a guild of like sea captains, a guild of hunters, etc., and so forth. Mixed into that, like I would say, like lower tier of guilds, there is the cartography guild. So after the big war, cities, locations were flat out destroyed, and when stuff like that happens, you lose a lot of records, a lot of like physical record keeping is just gone. Included in that is maps. Lots of maps of like local areas and shit were flat out gone. If a city is wiped off the face of the map, pun not intended, there's the records of that city aren't going to be kept anywhere. So one of the larger initiatives at the onset of the Empire was to remap the Empire, was to send people out to, like, you know, get maps, understand where trade routes can go and stuff like that. And for a long time, that was like a very big, important job, and like heroes would be sent to escort cartographers and stuff like that. But as the map began to be filled in, and what became more of like, you know, less of like, we need to map this river basin, otherwise we're not going to be able to farm for 7 years, became like, oh well, somebody has to map the area around Spooky Hollow, and nobody fucking wants to do that. So slowly, as like the map began to get filled in, that job became less important, and less big things needed to be mapped out. And so the Cartographers Guild is still important, but it is much further down the totem pole. It would have been at one point probably on par with like the Shapers Guild, and is now like pretty third rate, I would say.
Okay.
So I was to say I reach out to shake for Phila's hand if they're still.
They shake it very excitedly.
Right. Sure. Is there a reason you're got all of your materials kind of just spread all over the place?
Well, yes, I've been waiting. I've been requesting a new dispatch of bodyguards since my last group of adventurers refused to go any further into the missing because it was too dangerous.
Okay.
When you said you sent letters, did you mean physical letters, or
did you use a sending stone or scry?
Where did I write that? I'll say that like this, like you're asking about the callstone message.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, did she send physical letters, or did she use the callstone?
A callstone message? No, nothing like that. I've been sending letters, 107 to be exact. Originally, I was just sending them to the Cartographers Guild, but I think they must have been kept getting lost because eventually I stopped answering. So I started sending them to the Shatterguard and the Guild and the Navy, and my friend who's an adventurer. Oh, my mom. That's the end of this.
Oh yeah, your mom told us.
Great.
You are very interesting.
Question, how much does your mom like to ball?
She ball hard at home.
Well, naturally speaking, as we all know, by the laws of science, moms ball, so I guess the regular amount?
Okay, that makes sense.
Interesting.
Like, how good is her stream game?
That was a test, Phil, and you failed. Take her away, boys. All moms ball exceptionally.
As we all know, ball is life.
Ball is life. Thank you, Finn.
I have heard that before.
So just real quick, does the guild have like? I assume when people send like request letters and stuff, like, is there a chance that this person was sending letters and the guild will just be like, "This is spam. Like, this is not like real."
I mean, it's probably just got ignored.
Bureaucracy, I'm sure.
So, like, the Cartographers Guild is in charge of getting cartographers guards if they have to go, like, you know, map out anything risky. And from what you can infer based on what she just said, I know she was talking fast because that's her gimmick, is that, like, she had guards, like, bodyguards that were supposed to, like, help her go map shit, and they got to the missing and went, "Fuck no," and left. And then she's been trying to get new ones, and everyone's just ignoring her phone calls, basically.
Oh, shit. So
You know what,
trying to
Phila?
map the missing, which is pretty
They
crazy.
took one look at the cliff of doom and went, "I'm out of here, actually." Fuck this forever.
So Phila, I'll be straight with you. We didn't get your letters.
Ah, darn it!
But we are kind of at a loss here. And me personally, I'd love to go check out the missing.
Okay.
So today's your lucky day.
Whoa.
Wind does not speak for the rest of us.
Let me read a thing that's gonna affect how you guys are about to all speak. Well, since you guys are already here, how about helping me out? I just want to go further into the missing, and if my estimates for the topographic changes and fall off are correct, we should be able to establish a route between here and Adelmar in 6-7 months.
Okay.
That's too long.
Well,
No.
Okay.
No.
Honey, no.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but the answer is no.
Listen, you are an extraordinarily you know, I don't even have the
Seasoned
words for it.
Vildu.
Yes, I'm gonna walk away now. And then can I just go and scope out the crystal thing? Is that like, can I just go do that?
Sure, yeah, fine.
Junver, you know where to find me.
Sure.
Hey, you're the one who told him to, so yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's just been long enough. I'm like, we don't. We didn't do it. It doesn't matter at this point.
I'll let Alistair, Ash. Win is gonna win, but you two can make a decision on this. I'm gonna walk away.
Clarify. Did anyone say what the message sent? What the message that the call message said to Fofilla?
No, not yet.
Okay.
No.
Then I would say that she's clarified that she requested new bodyguards and nobody's answered her. She did not send a callstone message, and then she asked you guys to help her out and go into the missing with her.
Okay. Well, I have extricated myself from this conversation. I am now scouting.
And then I'll say, unless there's other questions for Fofilla, her other thing would be, well, since you guys need time to consider my offer carefully, very understandable. How about I show? If you need anyone to show you around town, I have great maps of the area. Also, you can do your own hero thing, and when you finish that, we can head into the missing.
I was following up until that last.
That's all amazing. Let's go in order here. Could you show us some of your maps of the local area?
Sure. She opens a map of the town. It's very detailed, unnecessarily so, because it's not a very big town. There's maybe 20 buildings total, and they're all labeled.
She's been here for 4 months.
And she's been here for a while. They're all labeled. They have the usual stuff. They have a general store. They have a smith. I guess that'd be a combination of blacksmith and we're in the fake Wild West, so gunsmith. There's of course the lift, which takes you down to the bottom. And then she shows you a map of the bottom of the missing, which is much less detailed than the one she just showed you. And there's literally spots to be filled in because she hasn't been that far out into it.
Miss Season, is because this is only related to something else we're also investigating in the area. Would you happen to know of anyone here? And of course, you've spent so much time here. Would you happen to know of anyone here that might be magically inclined?
Well, I mean, while I've been here, the only person I've seen cast any magic is Miss Violet. She handles the big stone, the call stone they have over in the center of town. There were some bandits that came into town a month or two ago, and Miss Anzel and Miss Violet drove them off, and Miss Violet threw a ball of magic, and it went...
Okay. That's pretty cool. Thank you.
It was!
Have you seen anyone, skulking around town while you were,
Anybody snooping around as usual?
Why would I make maps at night? That's dumb!
That's very fair.
Yeah, no, that was good. That was funny.
But that's the thing this character does now. Get over it.
I was going to say, Fafilla in the chat did say, I just want to say that, Chris, I do talk incredibly fast IRL, so this is a great character choice.
Fuck yeah! All shot.
Fucking got me.
She doesn't know. She doesn't go out at night. Is basically what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I mean, I understood. I got that. Yep, thought we were gonna get more from that.
Me too.
Anyone new come to town other than us very recently?
Right, but in the last 4 months or so since you've been here, has there been any newcomers? Apart from the bandits you mentioned.
Oh yeah, I mean I would say we get one group of new people every month, give or take. Most of them head down into the missing, to scavenge for stuff. But typically speaking, they either don't come back or they just go down once, come back up and leave town pretty much forever.
What about
any recent?
Yeah, like say last week or
days.
less.
I don't think so. In fact, you guys are the first new people I've seen probably since those bandits, actually. Yeah.
Has anyone come back from the missing?
Recently, or just period?
Has there ever been have you seen anyone come back from the missing that you hadn't seen before?
Oh, like has anyone come back from the missing that wasn't there before Fofilla had arrived in the city?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, nobody stays out that long. They usually say if anyone's down there for more than 3 to 4 days, they're not coming back. That was pretty much true, except for that one time Missy Enzel went down. She went to go help some people out, and they were gone for like 8 days.
Scusi, Missy Enzel went into the missing.
Yeah, she goes down there sometimes. Not super often, though.
When was this excursion that you're talking about?
She's like, hang on, let me check my notes. And she opens up a journal and flips through it rapidly. 4 months and 12 days ago.
Huh. Okay, that's kind of a long time ago. I was kind of hoping it'd be a little sooner. Well, that's good to know, thank you.
I will also say, as like a NPC use, if there are like important locations in town that you haven't gone to, you can ask Fofilla and she'll tell you, as she is a cartographer.
Yeah.
But I'm not like saying you need to do that right now. You guys are doing great as far as like exploring.
Yeah.
Chiron.